hey, a million years ago, I did a talk show, and that's what you're gonna see, so enjoy. It's just short clips, but I think you'll dig it. Shifts now. I'm sitting here with Annie Lennox. A lot of you probably know Annie from the Eurythmics and now from the new album Diva. And I'm glad that you came because I've always been a fan of yours.
Thank you.
I have a question that I've asked other people. I'm going to ask you as well. From the period of the Eurythmics to today, there's been a great change seemingly in the public Annie Lennox. Have you just sort of mellowed out?
No. I wish I could have mellowed out. I think what happened was that Eurythmics was like a big long wave, like a phase in my life that was incredibly intensive. And when I got to the end of that curve, I understood that I needed to really step outside of that and just do whatever. I mean, not have a schedule, not have a book that told me in a year you'll be doing this, because we were very hard workers, you know. We made a record every year, and after the record went out, we went on tour, and then we made another one, and it went on and on and on. And that was my choice. But at a certain point, I sort of realized that it was diminishing my life, that it didn't seem to exist.
I remember when you guys had, for a long period there, I mean, it was like you were on everybody's lips. You opened the magazine, and there you were, and you had so many different personas in the photographs, you know, and there was all this sort of talk, Annie Lennox is doing this, Annie Lennox is doing that. Did the trappings of success finally get to you enough to say, get out of my face, leave me alone, or I'm gonna just go mad?
No, well, I was always like that. I think part of the reason why the thing that the self that I've invented or created, the persona, changes is because the labeling is so difficult for me to deal with because I don't want to end up as a parody of myself, and to evade that and to be true to this spark of creativity that lives through change and growth and challenge. And you need to ask yourself a lot of questions. And anyway, the whole process is so interesting because when you are in the hot seat, as it were, you know, and people are asking, you know, and you have to say something. So, you know, the brain better work. You better know what it is you really think. Because when you open your mouth, it's got to say something, you know, and it better be something that really represents you, because that's going to go in print, that's going to be quoted, it's going to come back at you time and time again. And if it wasn't quite in focus, which, you know, you have to kind of deal with that too.
Yeah.
I love music.
Yeah.
That's it, full stop. It's such a deep form of self-expression. It's not a question of being a great singer, you know, or having a wonderful voice.
Right.
That's not the point. There are millions of singers in this country and in the world who are much better than me technically. It's not a question of that. It's about having a sort of energy that's incredibly finely tuned, and you know who you are, and you authenticate yourself. Just, there's an aspect of me, of my personality, of my capabilities that's forced myself to go out on a stage that terrifies me, you know. It's very challenging. It's like I feel when I go on stage, sometimes, most of the time, I'm like a boxer, you know, because the whole scenario is terrifying. I'm not a natural exhibitionist. I'm actually a very shy person. So to have to go out there and deliver, you know, is terrifying. The psychological problem that happens with people in this position, in our position, is that there's a very, very fine dotted line between the person and the persona. And society wants you to be the persona.
Yes.
the entertainment industry wants you to be the persona 100% all the time, and eventually you buy it and you become it, and that real person shrinks away and dissolves and does not exist anymore. And that is why it's very dangerous for people to be famous.
Yeah. I'm so pleased to meet you. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Thank you.